crazy. The values have changed a lot, and I think that's causing a problem because it's not really fitting into a byte anymore. And I tried dividing by different values, but it's, I don't know. And then like just like out of like I think 4 things that it does, like 1 was working. So everything is sort of broken. So we'll see what works because like the motor randomly came alive like a few seconds ago, and then whatever doesn't work.
It might just be that then if it's so unreliable, it might just be something with your ground or something. Yeah, I think there's just like one connection that's just not making us strong enough.
Maybe. So whatever works will work.
It's also, this gets plugged into there.
Yeah.
Sometimes like changing your power source, like this might be like not very regulated, like it might have noise because these are pretty shitty. So sometimes when you have things that are, yeah, you could try plugging into the wall. That would actually, that might or might not help. But
I have no idea.
sometimes, or at least, I mean, I don't know about here, but every time I do work in Africa, I forget that detail, and then I plug into the wall, and the type of power you get, it's a lot dirtier. So sometimes things behave a little erratically.
I mean, I can simulate everything else.
Yeah, we can
imagine that it was functional. Okay, this is okay.
That's great.
Okay, so I built a Ouija board that is mildly reactive. So let's.
Did you build the board or did you order the board?
Well, I etched this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I bought a regular board and I was just gonna work with that, but I decided that, and a lot of people also independently suggested just laser cutting one because it would just look nicer.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah,
like
so I photographed the board and then ended up etching it on the laser cutter, and that worked really, really well, surprisingly.
Yeah,
It
I've
looks nice.
actually usually don't etch stuff, but that looks great.
We're safe now. We're not safe.
Do you want the projector at all?
No,
It doesn't
it
the
doesn't
devil.
do anything. It doesn't really do anything.
Yeah,
Okay, this might work. There. Okay. So this starts it.
Where's the bear? Let's get the bear over here too.
Okay, so I think someone would just really just play normally, whatever that may be. So I did a couple play tests and truly like nothing would happen, and we just sit there and we just stare at each other in a lot of anticipation. But now it plays like this track of doorbells that I cut together, sort of like you're maybe asking for access, and then in theory it would move. In theory the switch will work. Oh, okay. It is picking up. Oh, this switch would then turn on this motor, which is not working, but it spins pretty wildly actually.
It's very pretty.
What was the inspiration for this?
I bought it and I liked it. So it spins as long as the switch, the yes, is activated, and then it stops when it moves away. And then there's another switch down here, which is not working at goodbye, and it will, when I fix it, stop the track. So it'll stop the serial, or it'll send some sort of byte that will turn off the processing sketch. And really, that's it right now, but it has a lot of potential, I think.
Yeah, no, I think that's super cool.
It's cool when it turns. I don't know, it's not turning. Oh, we can.
It just turned like 5 minutes ago.
I don't know why, but
out of nowhere.
it turned out of nowhere.
I think the way to go with this project is just put a bunch of random sensors underneath that will be unpredictable.
Yeah, that will make it.
It'll be scary.
It's being
I agree.
Just like your processing sketch. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's why. Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I wanted to see if we could project it out because I think
let's just
that
take
was-
it off the board and
It's
power
really
it
cool.
and spin it.
Taking that
while.
water out.
I think
It's
yeah, I
not-
think you
it's
probably
not slowed
just
down.
I think you probably just have a common ground issue.
At first-
things aren't communicating.
At first, the things that were broken were all on one side of the breadboard, so I thought like half of it wasn't powered or half of it was broken. But then, like flipping it over didn't work, so like I smoothed everything to the other side. That didn't fix anything.
In the motor, you're using an H bridge.
Yeah, I'm
to turn
using
it?
an H bridge, which is very easy to use, surprisingly.
Do you
I don't know.
spin it the other direction or?
So I thought about a
Face is
no.
creepy, man.
I know. A no can turn it the other way, maybe, or anything else can turn it another way. I wanted the L to trigger a lamp, but the bulb that I had, I guess, was AC, and I couldn't get it to work off of DC power.
Yeah.
So I'd have to get one like Gauss
Get a
lamp.
12. Yeah. What did you have? A 12-volt DC lamp?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it does this, and this funny little track plays, and not this track. Anyways,
What do you have under the pack?
Yeah, they that
it's magnets. So, my switches I borrowed from Benedetta are reed switches, which are just like an open switch that like the last piece is sucked up by a magnet and closes the circuit. But I tried making my own because I was trying to be really budget about everything, and it just like it was very hard to get it to work. It was very sensitive to just being messed up. So what you do is you I was taking a steel spring and then putting a layer of insulation and then putting a layer of aluminum foil and then sucking them together with a magnet, and it would work, but the insulation had to be like perforated. They have to actually touch, and then it just sets off all the time, or it doesn't set off at all because they have to be aligned, right? So really easier to just buy reed switches. They work so much better. They work really well.
Reed switches are the ones that like home security systems use for your windows. So one piece is attached to one end of your window and the other piece. So when you close the window, these two magnets are making a contact, so you can know that your doors, your windows open or closed.
So
That's really cool.
So these are the reed switches here. And then this was a capacitive sensor, which was amazing. I think it was like the most interesting thing that I tried for this entire project.
Which Eugene was using too, the cap sense, when you were using it at the beginning.
It's amazing because you're just using a sheet of aluminum foil and literally just like plugging it into your breadboard, and it gives you all these fluctuating values.
So it senses what it does. It's like it measures capacitance, and we all have capacitance, or a lot of things have capacitance. So you basically energize the aluminum foil, so your hand or anything that has capacitance nearby will basically create a reading. So then the aluminum foil picks up on your energy, basically. So
Yeah, you like practically need nothing to make it, and it works really, really well. And I tried like crumpling it and using flat, and it's the same.
same thing.
It does the same thing.
Wait, so you just give that power and ground and you have
And a resistor, a really high valued resistor, and then you just stick it into the breadboard, connect it to the Arduino, and use the library.
There's a cap. It's called cap sense.
Yeah. Now it's capacitive
A
sensor.
capacitive
It's
sensor.
a
Yeah.
good one.
So
It's
it
really
gets
good.
different values from everything.
It's like as I was
No,
moving
you
my
don't even
hand-
touch it.
You don't have
You
to
don't even
touch
have
it.
to touch it.
That's what I was doing with my hand in the beginning.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
when you get closer, it would trigger at a certain value. But the values are consistently changing just as you're getting closer.
So it produces random
And,
values.
and it works very well for going through things. So it went through the board very easily. And that's what it's well
How
known
thick
for.
is your wood?
1/4.
Yeah, quarter inch.
So
And there's no holes in it.
no, I can take everything off and sell it on Etsy now.
So you don't have to be smart about budgeting at the beginning, as long as you can recycle everything afterwards.
I've been trying to be like really Scrooge McDuck about everything,
That's-
but it's so hard. I spent so much more time trying to deal with this mounting this
Yep.
than anything else, like the coating, the etching, or anything.
And you actually
combined.
get pretty lucky because that motor comes with the mounting
Well, I mean, I
plate.
wanted it to stand. So I
Yeah.
bought all sorts of weird things like coat hangers and like a toilet pipe and like, but, like
Did you want the pad to? So how are these? I'm still trying to understand how.
That
this-
should be on a wall.
Okay, that
I
should be
just
on the wall.
wanted to stand up. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't have to
It's
be.
it's a bit of an abstract connection. It's not very literal at all. But there is a sun right here next to the yes.
Ah, yeah.
But that
No,
was
yeah.
just by chance. But I spent more time trying to figure out power tools and wood and mounting than anything else.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah,
you don't
me
have
too.
building skills, it is so frustrating to do anything.
That's why you go and find Scott Garner.
Yeah. And then
Poor guy, I don't know him, but poor him.
You ask him one question and he like sits down. And he's
Oh,
like, this is
that's
how you do it,"
nice.
Like,
Oh,
he's
that's
so
nice.
good at that stuff.
Aaron's
He likes
always
it.
a lot of people are really good at building.
Yeah, there's a few.
Tack is good at
Now
it.
with the shop and the fact that we have facilities, there's definitely a lot of people with skills.
I'm really